Thank you very much.
Good evening, folks, and welcome out to the Hill here at Oak Hill, where it is the district opener. It is time for Oak Hill. It is time for Glenmora, and it's going to be a good one tonight. Kind of a throwback night. Got a lot of the former Lady Rams that are out on the floor. Lights go out. Get ready to get this thing going out into a game with 446 Sports. Sit back, and we'll see you a little bit closer to tip-off. courtside here at Oak Hill, getting ready to get things going. This is Glenmora, the Lady Wildcats and the Lady Rams of Oak Hill. Glenmora comes into this 2-0 in district, 13-19 overall. They're ranked number 17 in the power rankings here in Class B. Their 2 wins are in district over Avoyelles Charter and Monterey. That means tonight, if Glenmora wins this game, they're the district champions, and Oak Hill set to play their first game of this one, just a 3-team district. Good bit of news is coming back to the starting lineup for the Lady Rams will be Briley Ducey. Briley Ducey, the last time we saw her on the floor was down in Iowa at that tournament game against Natchitoches Central. She did play on Friday night. After we were here, she played Friday night in Converse. Saw that. So good to have Briley back. Without Briley, they go 6-5. They were 17-4 with her out there. But it's a different Briley Ducey as we saw her warming up. But I'm going to tell you what, this team has grown a lot together. Without her, we'll see how that works back into the flow. You watch Jody Jowers. Jody went over 2,000 points in her last game. Let's go courtside to the public address announcer, and we'll get this thing going.
Please stand for the prayer of our reverential and national hallelujah.
May you give every player here today safe, God. We give you the glory and praise in Jesus' name. Amen. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets like light balls were singing, and agony proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Start off with more Lady Wildcats. Junior number 3, Amari Harris. Junior number 5, Taylor Fuller. Freshman number 10, Callie Fuller. Senior number 11, Jordan Pearson. Freshman number 24, Shira Thompson.
Come on, Hannah. Come on, Hannah.
starting lineup for both the Lady Wildcats and the Lady Rams in this one. Again, of note, senior Briley Ducey back in the starting lineup. She's joined by a senior who has been all world this season, number 15, Jody Jowers, 24, Lainey Johnson, the junior, sophomore Braylee Cetus, and Roz Ducey, the freshman, rounds things out. Glenmora in red with white numbers. Look like they're trimmed in black perhaps, and Oak Hill will come out in their home white uniforms trimmed in blue with the blue Oak Hill in block letters emblazoned across the front, and the block blue 23rd numbers that are for this Oak Hill Lady Rams team. Huge crowd out here tonight. Some of the blue has filtered over into the red, what is normally the visitors section for the teams, but it's one of those nights. You got a lot of former players back here for the Rams and the Lady Rams. That's good to see. They joined them down in the locker room earlier, took the pictures. That's what you saw out on the court, and goodness, we're ready to get this thing underway. 23-9 for Oak Hill on the season. They come into this. This is their first district game. So they've got some work to do in the district. They've got a district championship in their sights. Glenmora, though, who have already played their two common opponents, can wrap it up. We're set to get this thing going. Harris and Jowers tip that. It is controlled by Fuller. Fuller, the junior for the Wildcats, kicked back outside to Thomas, the freshman, spun around. Good defense, and that one is thrown up into the student section. And normally used to seeing Briley at the guard. You'll see her off at the 2 most of the night. Won't control, won't go to the basket much in this as Coach West works her back into it. You'll see her a lot on the side. There's Cetus up top, unable to get that one to fall. Tapped away by Jowers, and back up top it goes. Ducey spins it around, and they work it inside as Jody was wailing her arms like, hey, here I am. Goes in there and gets the first bucket of the night. Stop is there, off going the other way. Real good pace in this one. There's a 3 that is launched, but it just hits backboard. Quickly back out to Briley it goes. She'll facilitate it down to Jowers, who gives it right back to Braylee. And Braylee gets the basket assist to Jody. And it's quickly 4-0 in this one. Working her way down is Ashura Thomas. That one is up, and it is good. First basket of the night comes from the freshman for Glenmora. Over the top it goes to Cetus. She'll find a pretty clear lane there and drive her way in, up and it's in. And that's good to see. The baskets inside the paint falling. There's another steal by Cetus really quick, unable to get that to fall, and Roz drops down to try to give some help. But here's that pressure. Going to be out of bounds off of the Lady Rams. And you'll see that intensity come up. Noticeable limp, of course, from Briley, but good to see her back in there. We don't know the amount of minutes we'll see as she gets her legs back under, going to the basket, instead kicked out. That's a 3, it's up, and it's no good. Rebound bangs around underneath, and it's going to be off of Glenmora, and will go over to Oak Hill. Don't forget it's double-header action. Lady Rams and Rams doing business tonight. Got another good one on the air tonight for you as Plainview boys and girls make their way out to Buckeye. Josh and Darren will be on the call for that one coming up at the bottom of the hour, the top of the hour. That one up, and it is in. Lainey Johnson gets her first basket.
And a tip blocked on the in-pass.
Just like that, Jody has the steal in the basket there. She's got 4. And good pickup, Chuck, as that one knocked away, and will go out of bounds. Turnover to Oak Hill. It looks like we'll have it. And Cassie makes her way back in. Cassie and Amaya come in. They'll swap places with Lainey and Briley. See this right over here in front of us, set to inbounds in front of Pearson. Back up to the top, it goes to Amaya, and Amaya's really stepped her game up the last several weeks. Inside it goes to Braylee. That one's going to be blocked and then taken back out of there. Good work, Amari Harris. She's trying to go coast to coast, but there's Courts to get right back in her face and force a travel. Travel is the call there. They'll turn and whistle that on Brayley Cetus, is who they'll whistle the call on there. And it went from a travel to a foul that was whistled. 10-2 early in this one. If you were driving, you'd have it figured out. Back inside it goes to Thomas. Thomas will knife her way through, unable to get that to fall. Jody goes up for the board, and she gets knocked down. And that will be Ashira Thomas, the freshman that's whistled for that foul. Her first personal foul, first team. Cetus has the other that you see on the board. Court's going to be whistled for the travel. She stopped there, didn't get rid of the ball quick enough.
Doug, the way this one started out, I didn't even get to say the first points on the Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard at the bottom of the screen, but here we go.
And there's been 12 since then. Over to the near side goes Thomas. Thomas spun around into the corner. Good ball movement by Glenmora. That's a three that's up, back iron, no good. But there to pick things up, that was Taylor Fuller that got the board and the bucket. Quick timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. Be back in 30 seconds. You're watching high school basketball on 446 Sports.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier. Transactions are getting safer. And you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use. Anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
Back to work we go. The five on the floor. Briley, Roz, Jody, Laney, and Brayley are in there for Oak Hill. Inside it goes to Ducey. She's going to try to drop step and get her way to the basket. Unable to get that fall. Good rebounding position by Jordan Pearson, the senior Wildcat. Quickly down the floor goes Thomas. That's the freshman that puts that one up. And, well, we got to keep an eye on Thomas. She's going to be a good one. She gets down the floor really well. Poked away. Good work by Taylor Fuller. So Fuller and Thomas, Harris, both Fullers, Jordan Pearson, out on the floor for Glenmora, the Lady Wildcats. 10-4, they trail in this one, looking to slow down and absorb that barrage that Oak Hill was putting on from the start. Goes Fuller diving in is Laney. She won't give up on it. Quickly, there's Roz. Statue of Liberty play. Roz Ducey will go to the basket. She gets that one to fall. Her first basket of the night. The freshman's got two now. Quickly down the floor the other way. Stops, pops, top of the key. No good. Rebound bounced around and into the hands of Thomas. She'll try to get the basket, unable to get that to fall, and Roz pulls it down. Quickly down the floor over the head of Brayley and into the arms of Jowers. To a cutting Roz Ducey. She'll get that to fall, and Roz is on fire in this one. Jody's got four, Brayley's got four, Roz has four. Laney, the other basket, gets you to 14 where they're at, and that's held up in the corner. And I think folks were just kind of standing around. Cassie will make her way back in, as well as Kentasha Baltazar. First time that we've seen her tonight.
Doug, we need one of those three that have fours to get us six. So we can just say that one has four, that one has four, that one has six.
Right? See, that'd work. It's only bad when it's on a baseball scoreboard.
This is true. And we haven't seen that.
I think that hit the backboard and knocked it down into the hands of Glenmora. Thomas is going to go. She explodes past people when she's got the basketball. That miss controlled down. Not really a rebound because I don't think it drew much of anything, as it was just there. And Ducey's got it back. Crosses the timeline. She's on by Baltazar. Inside the Jowers, unable to get that to fall. Rebound controlled by Jordan Pearson. She comes out with it, switches sides, gets it back to Thomas. And that seems to be what Glenmora wants to do, get it into the hands of Ashira Thomas. Quickly back down the floor the other way it goes. Jody's going to wrap that one up. She's got six now. Still 2.5 to go in this first period, but out to a 16-point period. Lainey Johnson's going to be whistled for the foul, her first, second team, and Courts and Cetus back in for Johnson and Briley. Inbounding things from the side. Oh, they just, you almost could box in one on Thomas because they seem to get on her. A three, though, is up and good. You better not box the one and leave Pearson open. She'll fire away for three and gets that one to fall. First three ball of the night for either team. Jody unable to get that one to fall, but Roz is there to clean things up. Great work. Rosalind Ducey in this one. She gets the board and the bucket. 2:06 remaining here. It's an 11-point lead. Namaya with what appeared to be a block, but it's going to be a foul that's whistled there. And that will send Thomas to the line to shoot two as Laney gets set to check back in.
Shooting fouls since they only have 3 team fouls.
Got to believe they're going to get Courts out of the game as she picked up 2 fouls, and they do quickly. Lainey Johnson back in there to swap spots with Amaya. Lainey just drifts down onto the Oak Hill side of it as both free throws are up and good.
Oh, saw her open underneath, just could not. The Lady Wildcats got in there, got a hand on it, but great pass going down underneath there.
Thomas has 4 points, 2 free throws and 1 from the field. Fuller, the other basket, and then a 3. So 1 free throw is all she got because so we'll give her 1. She's got 3. Quickly down the floor trying to add to it, and does. Glenmora folks wanted to travel, but instead a foul is going to be whistled on Taylor Fuller. Glenmora faithful thought that Cassie might have drug a foot and been whistled for a traveling violation, but none there, and then that's when Fuller slides in and gets her. They like to run that backdoor pass to Lacasse, but it just good job by Amari Harris of being right there in that passing lane. Thomas quickly down the floor. She's got to pull up, but she bangs that off the back and gets that to fall. She's got 7 now for Glenmora. Jody corrals that one. She'll go with the left hand and gets that to fall. Jody's got 8 to lead all scorers, but Thomas right behind her at 7. Going to be another foul whistled on it. Looks like Laney.
24, yep.
Laney Johnson whistled for her second, so she's got 2, and it looks like maybe Courts has 2. 5 team fouls total is what I have.
1:04 left to play, as you see on the clock down on the Wallace High Associates scoreboard in this first period.
Shot is up and it's good. Harris gets the first free throw to fall. She'll shoot another. Glenmora will be shooting for the remainder, the final 64 seconds of the first period of this one before they reset things. Good balance work by Cassie to avoid the lane violation. Cetus kicks back, gets it inside now to Jody, and that one is knocked away. Just quick hands by this Glenmora team. You see why they are poised and 2-0 in district right now. Can wrap up the district championship. Foul's going to be whistled on 15, is it?
Yeah.
That's Jody. Jody picks up the personal foul there, and that's going to send Amari Harris to the line. In a quirky bit of scheduling, this wraps up district play as these teams only play each other 1 time. So to wrap up district play, remember this is the district Grace Christian is in, and only played, I guess, about half a season. Oh, no, the girls didn't have one this year. Free throw is up, and that one is good. 20-14. Glenmora hanging around in this one. It's not often that you see a team wrapping up their district play the night that your opponent opens up district play. Swung to the top. Briley will fire that one up, and it's blocked partially. Boy, Jody just gets hit chin. Right. Yeah. Interesting first period of play.
He called a foul on that, and I didn't see who was whistled upon.
Glenmora is going to go down to the other end and shoot. Cassie Lacaz whistled for that foul, picks up her first, 5th team. Roz will get back in there. She'll swap places with Cassie. And Coach West has just been able to rotate a little bit more than she normally does. We've seen more good box out, but Glenmora had gotten all the way back. It was just a shooter, Thomas, that was there for the rebound. Jowers right off her foot. That's just a turnover. Lead pass out front to Harris. Unable to get that one to fall, but there to clean things up is Taylor Fuller. She gets the rebound and the putback. 2-score game, and that one is knocked away. Will stay with Oak Hill. And Cassie now will swap spots with Jody.
Coach West not happy with the performance so far from the way she's coaching on that sideline.
That'll do it for the first period of play. 20-16 in this one. Jolie leads all scorers with 8. Thomas right behind her with 7. We'll be back for second period action when we come back. You're watching high school basketball on 446 Sports. And we're back here getting ready for second period action from Oak Hill. They lead at 20-16. Glenmora 2-0 in district play. Actual opportunity to wrap things up in district tonight, but Oak Hill has something to say about that. Trying to have something to say about it in front of a capacity crowd here tonight. And when we talked to Coach Casey last week, she said, "Look, this is our rival. This is that game." And sure enough, it is. Hand in there by Laney, knocks it away, and there's a turnover completed by Briley. They'll get it back outside to Cetus. Cetus slips down, though, and there's a turnover. And Briley showing not really able to get down there quick enough, but gets down there very efficiently and knocks that ball away and causes a reset. There's a 3 that's launched up, and it's no good. Well, if Taylor Fuller is everywhere, but was unable to get that one to come back and get in. Good work inside goes Roz. She doesn't get it to fall. Banging around, another steal inside, but back and forth. Just the hands are everywhere for both of these squads. Foul on Ducey, and that's going to send Amari Harris to the line.
No, it won't. It'll be, oh, shooting foul. I'm sorry, Doug.
Shooting, yep.
I'm sorry. I said reset those fouls.
You did, but I got this, Chuck.
You got this. I'll stay out of it. I'll just push buttons when I can.
There you go. Free throw rolls around, and it is good. One possession game on the floor. Been a drought of about 3 or 4 minutes since Oak Hill has scored a point in this one. And that's allowed the Lady Wildcats to get back in it, but it's been good pressure defense. I don't know if this offense is kind of feeling its way around with Briley out on the floor, but not really in that guard role that she's accustomed to. One thing she adds, though, is such leadership and experience out there. Second free throw bounces around and no good. Glenmora has employed the tactic of staying back. Boy, that was close. Jody almost buckled up her own ankle there. Swung across to Laney. Laney's going to go inside, but a foul is whistled. They'll call that push on Thomas, number 24. Ashira Thomas picks up what is her second personal foul.
Referees out there finding some kind of slickness on the floor over there trying to deal with. Pushes all the players away from where they are. Looks like they're trying to gather up some laundry to go out there and wipe up if they can. If you notice down on the scroller, the ticker down at the bottom, the Sadler's Towing ticker, you'll see the just talking about the game day sponsors out here for Oak Hill.
There you go. Yeah, couldn't do a lot. And saw certainly one of them out here. Sheriff Mark Wood is in attendance tonight. Certainly grateful for everything he does for our parish and this community, without a doubt. Kayla Jade Photography, Major League Collectibles, and a little Mo Lebos, and our player of the game, sponsor BU Designs by Melissa Gann.
Guess they're taking a little bit of an official timeout here to see what they can get up off the floor there.
That'll take an opportunity to let you know that coming up at halftime is going to be halftime.
Yes.
So there you have it. While you're out, and we talked about this, the experience that is here at Oak Hill. You got to go to the concession stand and check out some of those Ram Bam fries.
Or nachos.
Or the nachos, either way.
If you're feeling chippy, grab the nachos.
I think it's a nacho night tonight. Yes, that's what I'm believing.
I have to be careful on the nachos. As much as I like them, it's the salt content. I'm on a new diet where I have to watch the sodium intake.
I'm on a seafood diet.
And thank you. I'm glad you are.
Well, what a difference a week makes, too. We're a little under the weather last week and up and healed. And I was supposed to remind you to start recording when you started, and I didn't. But now I will.
All right, and we'll start it now.
There you go.
So if anything happens from this point on.
From this point on, we'll have it. Yes. From that point on, we'll have the regular what we had.
Yes.
So anyway, getting up at the top of the hour is Buckeye and the Lady Panthers and the Lady Hornets of Plainview. We were up at Plainview, not long ago for the signing, and it's off and going right now. So good to see
on YouTube.
Good to see that on YouTube. We'll share that over to our Facebook if it hasn't made its way over there just yet. Boxcast gives us some
grief,
some little issues now and again. You know, I don't know what was on the floor, if they had snow cone night or what it was, but they're paying a lot of attention to that over there.
Indeed they are.
Comments working their way in here. Kay Clark says, get that win, Lady Rams. Christina Watson is watching, says, good job, girls, keep fighting. And a slew of other Lady Ram fans are watching this one, so let us know who you are.
Views on Facebook right now on this one right here with the Rams.
Caitlin Bailey is watching as well. Yeah, a lot of folks are watching tonight. We're up at about 900 already on there between the two of them. We may share that YouTube feed to our Facebook page, the one from Plainview. Got to figure that out, what's going on with the broadcast draft. But anyway, they are still spending some time out there. Got 4 cleaner out.
Might be time to get some Ram Bam fries, Doug.
Probably not right now. It may have been from where you spilled them a little bit earlier, but looking over things, it was an electric start, 14-2 lead for Oak Hill, and this is a 15-6 run now for Glenmora, as they have shown why they are 2-0 in district now. 13-19 overall, but putting things together here in district play and have an opportunity to make their season tonight. They are sitting at 17. Remember, it's just 20 teams that make it into the playoffs here now that they've split out Class B and Class C, Chuck. Still doing a last little bit of housekeeping down there, and maybe that's what Coach Bandy got from Home Depot last night. I don't know. That could be I ran into him at Home Depot last night. And they're doing a good bit of cleanup on the floor. Chuck, let's take an opportunity to step away. We'll be back as soon as play warrants. You're watching high school basketball on 446 Sports.
At Wallace Eye Associates, right now is the best time to have your cataracts removed. A new year means a new deductible, so if you're just not seeing as well as you used to, schedule your cataract evaluation today. It's fully covered by all medical insurances, including Medicare. You never need a referral at Wallace Eye Associates, and our method of next-generation cataract care is the most affordable in the state. There's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local expert when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on. I'm Jason Hawk. Learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments. Real service, real people. Farm Bureau Insurance.
And we're back here 20-17 following that floor timeout, if you will, while they got the surface cleaned up a little bit on the floor. Not sure what that substance was on there. Susie Little watching us tonight, so a big shout out to her. A big hello, if you will.
Doug, I don't know if you remember the old cartoon Hong Kong Phooey.
I do, as a matter of fact.
You do? That's what made me think, you know, they're janitors by some other time, but coaches or referees whenever they need to be.
Mercifully, we're back to live action here. Inbounds goes to Cetus. A little bit of a head fake there, but good pressure out front by Glenmora. Roz trying to work her way around the corner, but Thomas closes that one off quickly. It'll get inside to Cetus. Just flings it around. He's going to get an assist over to Jowers. Jowers is in double digits now tonight, and that's the first basket in about 4 minutes for Oak Hill. Quickly down the floor, nearly dragging a foot, was Pearson. Offside goes Harris. She's going to be fouled and will be shooting, so she'll go to the basket. Rosalind Ducey whistled for that foul. We'll get updates on our fouls at halftime just to make sure our books are right. But I've got Laney with a couple, and I've got Amaya with a couple. All the rest have just one foul. Been a big night for Thomas. She's got 7. Harris gets the first one to go. All of her points have been via the charity stripe tonight. And again, Glenmora just clears out. They concede the rebound to not give up the run out. I'm telling you, that doesn't mean Amari Harris will back out of there. She'll battle if it's a miss. That one no good either, and off it goes. Roz has it. She comes near courtside to Briley. Briley back up top. It goes. Clear lane for Roz, unable to get that to fall. And back down the floor goes Briley. She'll get position and just gets in there and messes things up for opponents that think that they have a run out. She's just lurking down there. Held ball down on the floor in the corner near the cheerleaders and the student section. So yeah, that was a 15-5 run for Glenmora that got them back into this one, got it to a 1-possession lead, but that last basket extended it to 2. Laney's got it. She's covered up there by Baltazar. Back inside, good dish. Finding some work in the lane. Braylee Cetus has her 6th. Just up and down the floor, both of these teams are going. Amari Harris gets her first basket from the field, but she's got 8 on the night. Jody comes back up, gets that one, gets it off. Downtown it goes, no good. Didn't have a look at it from the start, but Roz is there to clean things up, boarding the bucket. Rosalind Ducey. Cassie getting set to come back in. She is down at the scorer's table, right below where we are. And in fact, she will check in. So very limited minutes tonight for Briley, but good to see her back on the floor. And Cassie goes to man up against Harris on the inbounds. Over to the near side it goes. There's a 3 that's launched back iron, no good from Fuller, the junior guard, misses that one. Rolling around, held ball will be called. And looks like it will stay down with Glenmora, and it does. Don't forget, if this is your first time to follow along with us, go ahead and hit that follow button. It's up at the top. That way you can keep up with whenever we go live. Top of the key, that one is up and it's good. Jordan Pearson, she's got 2 threes on the night and makes it just a 1-possession game once again. Traveling violation is called against LeCaz, but that was a good job of kind of a nudge, let's call it, by Thomas.
In that same little area of the court where they were working on cleaning it up too.
Cassie nearly whistled for the foul. It gets kicked back up. Aaron Thomas is going to take that to the basket, unable to get it to fall. I'm telling you, the freshman Ashura Thomas from Glenmora is going to be a good one as we follow her career. A little bit of a pressure down there, but Ra's able to get across the timeline. But quickly there is Kentasha Baltazar. Baltazar jumping in on a lazy pass from the Lady Rams. Loses balance, but that's because Roz was right on her. Saves it back inside to the Lady Rams, and Jody's got it back to the front court. There's Cetus from long range, doesn't get that to go. And off and running, nobody around. Thomas gets that one to fall, and she's in double digits now. 1-point game. Well, it started out as a 12-point lead, and there's going to be near an offensive foul, but they will whistle Baltazar for that one. Don't forget doubleheader action. We've got Rams, Lady Rams action. Amaya Courts checking back in, and coming in once again, Callie Fuller, another one of those freshman starters for Glenmora. Courts has it. She slips down and looks around. They're going to call a travel on her, but
her feet just went right under.
Well, it's that area that they had the cleanup and then working their way back. I don't know if they dragged a towel or what they did, but I mean, she just slipped straight down.
Yeah. Can only imagine there's going to be some serious looking at this floor condition by these Rams.
Oh, that is the lead now. First lead of the game on that basket by Amari Thomas. And the 2-0 Glenmora Lady Wildcats in the lead, but not for long. Not for long. Roz Ducey, top of the key for 3. And here's first time we've seen some pressure. First time in a while that we've seen some pressure. They call a timeout, does Glenmora. They had the lead, but just briefly. 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them. Be right back. Glenmora set to inbounds under their own goal. Jody right there on Pearson. Inbounds is there to Thomas, and Thomas trying to beat all Ram defenders down the floor, kicks it outside, and that three is up, and it's good from Taylor Fuller. The junior gets her first three-pointer, and a couple of lead changes on the last two possessions. Over it goes to Laney. Laney will fire that one up, and just had a difficult angle, had to shoot over. She had to shoot over Callie Fuller, and that was a difficult task. Well, this Glenmora team has come to play. Inside it goes to Ross. She'll kick it back out to Braley.
And quickly on her.
Yeah, Pearson on her pretty well, and here comes Harris. And another slip is there. They're going to have to check that out and get it dried off, because that's two slips in the last 3 or 4 trips down the floor. They'll whistle Braley with that, but they may need to stop for a moment and go out there and get that checked out again. Those floors are starting to concern me when you have a couple of slippages in the same general vicinity. Something you certainly need to look at.
A couple of referees out here near center court are conversing about it.
Yeah, and they're long-term officials in this area, so they're going to say, hey, let's hold on and let's go up there and try to get that dried up again. And the officials do have the option to not let it continue. Don't ever think that's going to happen right now. They'll spend some good time trying to get this thing dried off, but anytime you see a couple of those, you almost wonder if those towels that they're using maybe aren't damp or whatever it is. Might have to get into the napkins and things out of the concession stand. 30-29 has been quite a run for Glenmora, as they were down 14-2. So they had the solution that they were cleaning it off with a little bit earlier. But, well, you just got to, safety is of course,
element, yeah,
is paramount when it comes to something like this. Set to inbounds. Harris has it now. She'll work her way, kicks it back out to Pearson, who's already got a couple of bombs on the day. Misses that one. Didn't really have the range on it, and Harris backs things out. Correction, Thomas. Sorry about that. Thomas backs things out. Well, they've got Maya right on Thomas now, not giving her a moment. But takes it anyway, goes to the basket. Thomas, very impressive. Largest lead of the night for Glenmora. That one's inside. And that is Laney gets the basket to fall.
Not afraid to take it inside and get her. Laney slips
down, yeah. But it's all concentrated on that one little area down here to our right. Good, tremendous ball movement. 1:46 to go here in this one, and Thomas backs it out. That's Pearson now. Callie Fuller has her shot at it, but no good. But there to clean things up is Taylor with the board in the bucket. She's got 9. And it's a 3-point Glenmora lead, nearing a minute and a half to go in this one. The feed is over to Jody, and that gets stripped away. Thomas has a hand in everything. Laney will be wide open. She'll spot up and take that one and buries it. Top of the key for 3, Laney Johnson.
Ward slips in over there trying to make a play on the ball.
Knotted up at 34 as Cassie set to come back in. I'm going to be working on our cool play of the week now. Our friends at Southern Air Heating and Cooling and Electrical and Plumbing and Generators, and I don't know what they don't do over there at Southern Air. Trying to get some some lip reading going on there. It will be Glenmora basketball right from in front of where we are. Minute to go. Thomas just takes that one to the rack. Doesn't get it to fall. Courts comes out of there with the board. She gets it out ahead to Laney. Little Euro step and a block count. The basket. Just good work. Chuck, you got that on the replay? No, you
Let's
don't.
see.
Do you?
It's possible. Let's see what happens.
See what we got there. We'll try to look. But watch and we'll keep you up on there. You see it in the corner. Watch this head fake by Laney. And she goes right to the basket and gets that one to fall. Great work on the camera and on the replay. And one is there, and Maya knocking that one away. Was that ever our first ever basketball replay?
That was the first ever.
How about that?
BU Designs basketball instant replay.
How about that? Now you're just showing off. There's a spin around. Thomas trying to beat everybody down the floor. Kicks it over in the corner to Fuller. Fuller throws that one up and ends up one row deep. Pearson will try her hand at it. Snowbird down on the other end is Jody, but they don't see her.
Underneath. Oh.
Laney outside to Cassie. She'll fire away. Got it from downtown, Cassie Lacaze. What a run here by, that's a 10-0 run. Last I checked, it was 34-30. There's Laney with the block, and she'll try to go the other way. Lady Rams filling it up here. What a flurry in the last minute. Long range, no good. Board, no bucket. Thomas, the turnaround at the buzzer, doesn't get it to go, and what a flurry to end things up for the Lady Rams. They trailed. We will watch the Ram cheerleaders, and then we'll make our way to halftime here. You're watching a good one. Glenmora trails in this one. They led a little while, but the Lady Rams finished strong. They lead halftime 42-34 when we come back.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local expert when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on. I'm Jason Hawk. Learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments. Real service, real people. Farm Bureau Insurance.
Discover golf like never before at Links on the Bayou, Central Louisiana's hidden gem. Welcome to a golf experience like no other. Our Links-style design sets the stage for an exciting and unique adventure. 5 distinct tee boxes cater to every skill level, ensuring a game that's perfect for you. And when you're ready to refuel, Head to Becky's Bunker Club for dining with a view and gear up in our pro shop, ready to elevate your golfing experience. Tee off at Links on the Bayou today. Links on the Bayou, redefining the way you enjoy golf.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. And speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah. Head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
At Wallace Eye Associates, right now is the best time to have your cataracts removed. A new year means a new deductible, so if you're just not seeing as well as you used to, schedule your cataract evaluation today. It's fully covered by all medical insurances, including Medicare. You never need a referral at Wallace Eye Associates, and our method of next-generation cataract care is the most affordable in the state. There's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
Check out some of our recent work at the Panthers Stadium. In addition to custom signs and banners, we also handle custom trophies, custom awards, custom vehicle wraps, and more. Give us a call. We handle projects large and small.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local expert when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on. I'm Jason Hawk. Learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments. Real service, real people. Farm Bureau Insurance.
We're back courtside here at the Hill, and a little bit of housekeeping, no pun intended, but speaking with the officials there at the break, and it's a little bit, Chuck, of what I talked about in the first half of it too. Floor's not wet, but there's something on it that has got it slick. So now what the protocol for that is, they've basically wet and mopped it and dried it. They've got vinegar out there trying to get whatever surface. I don't know if they've come in and glazed or what the situation is. Maybe they didn't do anything. But safety is the concern on here. And so what is in play, if they deem this court unplayable tonight, they'll postpone the game right where it is, postpone the boys' game, and it'll be made up at a later date. They'll have to finish it. So it's not like a rain out or rain or any of that where they just end it. They'll postpone it, and all you do is get these young ladies out there again and see what happens as far as the playability of the court. And so the officials have told us that they're probably just about a slip or two away from halting this thing tonight.
Wow. Yeah, and that can make a big difference because, I mean, you've got, you may have somebody that's not feeling good. They may not be in the right mindset, and then they have that little bit of delay and come back and just be able to ramp it up, or the opposite could happen as well.
Well, when you get yourself emotionally set up for a game like this, you certainly want to play it. But at the end of the day, and one thing that I'm seeing is that they're seeing more and more of these spots. Chuck, you can look at the officials that are walking around, and they're spotting more and more.
I mean, it could be weather related, Doug. I mean, we've had some crazy weather.
Well, and humidity will do that as things get cold and get hot and get cold and get hot again. And I'm trying to get out and see a little bit more of it. But right in front of where we're at, it is damp, to say the least, on there. And you never want, if one person gets injured off of the floor, that's one person too many. So
right.
It's not a leaky roof. It's not. There's something that has reacted with this floor that has got it slick out here tonight. And so your guess is as good as mine, Chuck, as to is there going to be a game the rest of the way here?
I have a comment that I'm going to throw at you. It's called the slickness when I describe it to the kids in the classroom.
Okay.
I say it is slicker than whale snot. And they're like, well, what is whale snot? And I said, well, have you ever been swimming in the ocean or in the Gulf? They said, yeah. I said, you feel that kind of slimy stuff on you? They said, yeah. So that's whale snot. They said, no, it's not, Coach. I said, well, You know, where do whales live? In the
never.
ocean and everywhere. And when they sneeze out the top of their hole at the top.
Back to live action.
It goes in the ocean, and there it is.
I'm just glad that your students will stand up to the utter nonsense that's on display. Coach West is not happy about the way this looks, but they're spending a lot of time on this floor, and I'm not confident in the continuation of this game at all, Chuck.
No, I'm feeling that somebody is going to slip down in this. I don't think they're going to be playing. I think it's actually, I mean, they'll be playing the game, but I think they won't be trying to fund somebody to slipping down. I think it's actually going to happen. And like I said, we'll be back packing up and going, and I guess you're picking up dinner tonight, right?
Right. They ought to have some extra Ram Bam fries in there if they're prepared for the entire game.
That, or I mean, they may have sold out the size of this crowd. I mean, if pan across the audience there and see how many folks we got here. I mean, both sides are full, and even the little middle section in there, you almost need a stoplight to be able to pass through there to get to the restroom.
Indeed. That's our weather delay, if you will, that we are under here. Weather has nothing to do. We've been there before with some ASIL.
Yes, and volleyball, matter of fact.
Volleyball rain delay out at Pineville High School. But the concern is the court and its playability and slickness. And I'm going to try to listen in as best I can.
While Doug is trying to lean his ear as far out as he possibly can with the extra noise that the cheerleaders are rooting for their teams to get this going. We're just holding up here at this halftime moment in third quarter and see some of the coaches out there dancing around as well. And some of the coaches down here talking. You see Coach West and the head coach there for Glenmora. They're talking it over and seeing what's going on.
So what you're witnessing the rest of the way, Chuck, is this is like a rain delay in baseball when the fans are getting, but now you've got both sections going after each other in a good way, in a very spirited, you know, the cheerleaders for Glenmora firing up their red-clad fans, the predominant blue shirts that are in here making a lot of noise, but I don't see anybody working on the floor anymore either, and that concerns me as well. That means to me that the officials have probably stepped away to maybe make a phone call.
Yeah,
maybe
that's very possible.
To analyze what's going on. One is still on the floor, but a couple of them have made their way into what we believe is an area to call and just get an assessment on this and get a ruling of it.
And it may have been since they did is that they've clean the floor, is that maybe they're giving a little bit of time to air dry and come back and check it again.
Or, from what we understand now, too, is that there's another gym here. There's an elementary gym on the other side of the campus.
It is a K through 12 campus, yes.
They may go over there and do that. They'll have to give us a little bit of time, because even Super Chuck.
There's no room for us, literally.
There's no. Well, then that would probably wrap things up for us.
The fans would want us there, because that's probably going to be the only way they'd be able to watch.
You're exactly right. Wow, this is...
Unless there's windows around the outside and you see a bunch of ladders there peering in.
I just, I don't see a continuation here on this floor based on body language of everybody that's around, because they're no longer wiping up the floor. They're no longer trying to dry it. That lets me believe that Hayes in the barn when it comes to that.
And I do feel a little bit more air movement through. I mean, I started feeling it during the end of the first half there, but just you feel a little bit more air movement throughout. So you've got to wonder if they didn't kick the units up on just at least the fans to blow a little bit more regularly instead of the temperature reaching they just shut off.
I don't know how we would, I don't think we'd just have to get in there and go iPad Live or something. I don't know that that's even potential, even possible. But needless to say, we are in the middle of things here, and we will not step away. We don't want anybody to look around and say, well, wonder what's going on. But if you're just joining us, court has been slick and a couple of times we had some people fall, and so now they're just trying to assess and see if it's playable.
And some of the girls on the teams are being girls on the teams.
Yeah, well, Coach Bandy is walking back with the officials now. I don't think the elementary gym, they're looking back more at this one now. We do have an offer to finish the game at Ash. He says
nice.
We could finish it over at Ash. Everybody pick up and move into Ellick and do that. Coach Jimmy Winslow watching back at home.
Thanks, Coach Winslow.
And so unable to tell you that that's a viable option on there. And Noah's watching us on here too. This is so here. So, yeah, an opportunity they can move it to Ash. He said that we can go finish the game up over there at Ash, but I don't think that's actually possible, but I like that.
There's Doug leans out here. As you see, the camera's on the meeting of the minds right there. You got two officials and all three officials rather are right there, and the head coaches discussing what's going on and what the opportunities are and the chances are, and I guess they're given the options of how to proceed from here. Almost feel as if their decision has been made, but it's hard to tell. I'm not a lip reader. Nobody's throwing sign language, not that I know that either. I know a few things in sign language, but not very much. And Doug will be proud to know that I'm not taking this time to throw a few jokes out there as much as I'm wanting to. You just don't understand. It's a serious situation, and we're trying to see what's going to happen here so we can continue with our game and with the evening of events that we have. Big important game here for the Lady Rams and actually both Oak Hill and Glenmora for both teams. Big event for them here for both teams. Starting a district play here. Cheer squads are routing their respective fans, and Doug is jumping back on the mic and give us a call.
And Chuck, we just got the official call, and you probably saw the signal. That's going to wrap things up. Out of player safety, they've postponed things tonight. The game will be stopped where it is right here. We'll try to get maybe some clarity out of it from Coach West, but it looks like maybe Friday is what I'm getting out of this one. They'll make an announcement in the PA, and we'll turn it over and listen to Coach Casey West here. But and then we'll visit with her also. But the floor has been deemed unplayable.
Due to everything on floor conditions, the game is going to be postponed. Now listen, you need to stay in your ticket if you have a ticket. If you do not have a ticket, you need to get a ticket at the gate, and that ticket will be used the next time we play. That's the only thing we do. So if you have a ticket, you need to keep the ticket. If you do not have a ticket, you need to get a ticket from our gate workers to do it.
So that has been the call, is that this one is postponed. Well, I've seen a lot of things, and now I've seen this.
This is my first. This is the first time I've ever seen a game postponed for any reason, especially for conditions.
We had it at Louisiana College several years ago in a college basketball game. They came in and had the fans on. We're trying to drive them, but the humidity, the air wasn't working, so the humidity was in, and the floor was so slick. But so the score, it's not over. It ends 42-34 after one half of play. And all the stats, everything will be, they'll pick it up and go from here. But that's going to wrap things up for us tonight.
take a snapshot in time as Glenn transport forward to the next time we meet again.
And we'll keep you posted as to when things get going, but fire the oven up. Daddy's coming home from our man Chuck Perkins and Brett Stallsby. I'm Doug Gann. God bless you all, and good night.